Girl, let me tell you something. There was a moment, and I remember it clearly, where I snapped at somebody I love over something so small. And then I just sat there like, who was that? And the thing that scared me most wasn't even the snap. It was the thought that crept in after. Is this me now? If you have ever had that thought, even once, this video is for you. Stay with me.
Higher, 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 Howard Peace Wellness.
I'm Denise. I am a women's health nurse and a menopause coach, and this is Aya Women's Wellness Coaching, where we talk about perimenopause like grown women who deserve real information. No fluff, no fear, just the truth. First thing I need you to hear, and I need you to really receive this. What you are feeling is real. The irritability, the mood swings, the anxiety that shows up out of nowhere like an uninvited guest. The moments where you just don't feel like yourself anymore. And here's the part that really gets me. So many of us are going through this completely alone and completely silent because we spent our whole lives being the strong one, the one who holds it together, the one who handles it. So when our own emotions start feeling foreign to us, the last thing we want to do is say it out loud. We don't want to seem like we're falling apart. You are not falling apart. Your hormones are. Let me break this down for you the way I'd explain it to my best girlfriend over coffee. Estrogen and progesterone. We think of them as period hormones, right? But they do so much more than that. Estrogen actually helps regulate serotonin and dopamine. Those are your mood chemicals, your feel-good chemicals. And in perimenopause, these hormones don't just quietly decline. They fluctuate wildly, up and down, all over the place, sometimes week to week. So your brain, which has relied on a certain hormonal environment for decades, is now trying to keep up with a chemical landscape that keeps shifting under its feet. That's why you can feel completely fine one day, and by the weekend, you're in your own feelings over something that normally wouldn't even register. That's why the patience you used to have isn't there the way it used to be. And here's something that I really want you to sit with. Progesterone is sometimes called our calming hormone. It's that internal buffer that keeps us even. When progesterone starts to drop, that buffer gets thin. Things land harder. Reactions come faster. This is biology, boo. This is not your character. For me, it was the anger that hit different because I have never been an angry person. I'm the calm one. And suddenly, I had this heat in me that I didn't recognize. And I could see the people around me not recognizing it either. And I'll be honest with you, there's something particularly heavy about that as a Black woman, because the last thing any of us needs is to feel like we're becoming the angry stereotype, when in reality, we are dealing with a very real, very physical hormone shift that nobody properly warned us about. I had the medical knowledge and I still felt blindsided. So I can only imagine what it feels like without that background. Once I started connecting what I was feeling to what was happening hormonally, not as an excuse, but as an explanation, the shame started to lift. And that was the turning point. Okay, so let's talk about what you can do with this information. because I'm not here to just tell you what's happening. I want to help you move through it. 1, say it out loud to somebody. I mean it. Find one safe person and tell them what you've been experiencing. The silence is making it heavier than it needs to be. 2, start tracking your mood alongside your cycle. Even if your periods are all over the place right now, tracking helps you see patterns. And when you can see a pattern, it stops feeling so random and scary. There are apps for all of this. I'll drop some recommendations in the description. 3, if you go to your doctor and you are dismissed, I need you to advocate for yourself. And I say this specifically to my Black women. We already know we have to fight harder to be heard in medical spaces. That is not okay, and it is not your fault. But your health is worth fighting for. Find a provider who takes perimenopause seriously. You deserve that. Listen, the woman you are right now, in the middle of all of this, she is not a problem to be fixed. She is going through something real, and she deserves real support. That's why this channel exists. Every week we're going to talk about this stuff. Honestly, practically, without all the medical jargon that makes your eyes glaze over. If this felt like a conversation that you needed, share it with a woman in your life who's been quiet about what she's going through. She might need it more than you know. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, and drop a comment and tell me, what symptom caught you most off guard? I want to know. I read everything. I will see you next week, love.
Yeah.